everybody. Okay. Fair warning, this video is probably going to be shorter than my usual for the soap because I can cut it down to a few sentences and be done with it. So I might add in some stuff, but it's not going to be as much as usual because it's just, I don't know. Until there's more, it's becoming redundant. Okay. So, let's see. Rich wants Brooke to head the bedroom line and wants her to be a model. And at first she's saying, "No, no, you're kind of crazy. I'm too old to be the model for this kind of line, and whatever." So he's trying to convince her that he still wants her to do it, and so okay, so then that's that. Okay. They're in the office and they're getting a little frisky. Not too bad, but they locked the door. They did okay. I gotta say it. They did lock the door. However, Steffi thought that Charlie forgot to unlock the door, so that she still got in. And then she said, oh my god, you shouldn't be doing this in the office." Whatever. So that happened. Then Liam came by, so we got to see Scott Clifton. Yay! Okay. So then he's like, well, and then they had a funny moment too, because he's like, well, I said something to your husband, and she's like, oh no. He's like, no, don't worry, there wasn't any bloodshed, and I'm like, okay, which that's kind of funny if you know the history. So then she says, okay, so what did happen? Well, I told your husband that thank you for what he did because he got Sheila off the street, which that kind of got a wrinkle in that, but I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. So then she's like, what? You said that about him? And he's like, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I was kind of in disbelief myself. So, yeah, comedy. Um, okay. So then the serious part gets in. I say serious because, as with everything in soaps, it has most storylines or most even events have a ripple effect for a lot of people. Okay, so somehow in the magic of television, Finn gets a text from Deacon that Sheila's been released. And so that whole shell of Sheila's in prison, not going to bother us anymore, kind of a no, not so much. Okay. So then, okay, to pick up from Friday a little bit, Hope and Finn were in the room, and she was scantily, kind of not scantily clad, but like had a kind of a revealing outfit on. Okay, slightly revealing. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like ooh. It wasn't that bad. Okay, but Finn, being the ever-present guy, you know, says, "Oh, I don't know if I should talk to you dressed like that." She's like, "What's the problem?" So okay, so then they're talking, and she's trying to flirt with him, and she says, "Well, you're good looking, and it's not so bad. I think you're good looking. I know you're married, and but you know." So anyway, he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go. I gotta find my wife." So then that's when he gets the text, and then she just happens to be there, which is very like, okay. In life, I believe in coincidences sometimes, but when it happens too much, then I don't believe in coincidences, if that makes sense. But in Soapland TV, I don't believe in coincidences at all. They want the storyline with Hope and Finn to happen, so they're doing everything they can to make it happen. She just so happens, like, okay, there's two things. She just so happens to flirt with him today, and she's been flirting with him a lot lately. Okay, number one. Number two, she just happens to be there when he gets the news. and not his wife. So of course he has to share. He doesn't have to share, but he's going to share it with her because she happens to be there. Okay, two major coincidences that I don't think are coincidences. Um, okay. Then we have Steffi complaining again to Liam about, uh, you know, this trip to Monte Carlo can't happen much sooner because I just want to be in the Logan free zone. Because you know how she has to work with Hope and now Brooke, and apparently she has a problem with the Logans, although I don't want to go back that far, and I probably can't even figure out what the problem is. I mean, I could figure out kind of, but I don't want to speculate. And like I said, I'd have to go way back. And yeah, no. So there's that. But then also, this would go in the spoiler category a little bit, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff about how the Monte Carlo trip is going to be postponed or whatever. And so she's going to be at home and then she's going to catch Finn and Hope together. That's what I hear. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I've heard it like 3 times now. So I think it's going to happen. All right. There's that. And then Sheila, although we didn't see Sheila today, but I'm sure we will. Okay, so the Thomas and Paris are no longer whatever. Okay. So then we have, let's see, Carter. It's kind of weird. They only use a few characters every day, and they have a good roster, but it's not a huge other things. But I always forget they only have 20 minutes because when you add in commercials, they don't have that much time. So yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll have to see what happens with the storylines I told you about. So we're gonna have to see. I really want. It's kind of weird to say, but I really want Finn to cheat on Steffi, just because. And for the viewers out there, in my personal life, I don't condone cheating whatsoever. Okay, on either side. But this is so bland. So, and it happens all the time. Okay, bye everybody.